I'm here today with Jessie Burke from Posie's Cafe. Jessie, tell me a little bit about your business.
We're a bakery and coffee shop in North Portland. Our shtick is that we're family friendly.
Okay. And how long have you been around?
Since May of 2009.
Okay. And last year you ran a Groupon. Can you tell me a little bit about the offer that you ran?
Yeah, we did a 6 for 13. So the consumer pays $6 and then gets $13 for the product.
Okay. And how much is your average sale here?
It's about $5.
It's about $5. So why did you do a $13 Groupon?
I had told them that our average ticket price is about $5, and they suggested that we do 13. That they said that they usually didn't do for such low amounts, and that consumers responded best to at least 50% off. So, and this was just in my questioning. I hadn't gotten to the part where I asked what the split was.
Okay. And how did you hear about Groupon in the first place?
One of my friends who was working here, Pizza Tuno across the street from us, had done a Groupon, and he said it seemed really successful for them. Like they had a lot of people, but none of us knew how it worked. We just saw that a lot of customers were going in there.
Okay. And did you talk to them before you ran your Groupon?
No, I didn't.
Have you talked to them since you ran your Groupon?
I haven't, but they've since run another one, and so I should just talk to her since, you know, I'm head of a business association. It's easy to access them.
Okay. So you reached out to Groupon, or they reached out to you?
I reached out to them.
Okay. And did you do that primarily over the phone, or did they have somebody here?
I think I called, I might have called or emailed, but we started talking on the phone, and then we had some email exchanges, some of which got really shady. So.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I said, they told me that if the consumer paid less than $10, that Groupon took 100%.
Okay.
And I was like, there's no way I could ever afford that. Let me think about it, what I could do. And I emailed him back and said I could do 50%. And he wrote back to me and said, okay, but please don't tell anyone that, because you're new, I'm okay doing that, but please don't tell anybody. And I was like, just put that in an email. So, anyway, just that kind of weird responses.
How long did it take from the time that you did your contract with Groupon until the day that you actually ran?
It ran in March of 2010, but I want to say it took a couple months. They told me it would run the month before, I think. Maybe even January or February, because those are slow times for us. And the first day was like coincided with the opening of the library down the street, so it was really terrible timing. So maybe like 2 or 3 months.
And how many did you sell?
We sold just under 900, so like I think 889.
How many did you expect to sell?
I don't know what I expected, but I didn't really know what other, because if you search online, and I think this is why my blog went viral, was nobody writes about, none of the businesses write anything about it. So I was trying to do some research of like what happens with these, and even bloggers like yourself, like nobody was really talking about it yet. So just like Groupon was the darling of social media, so I didn't expect anything. Just wondered how it would work out. Okay.
How big was your first day?
Well, it's the first weekend is really the time that it blows up. I don't remember exactly the first day, but the first weekend, I can't quite say if it was because of Groupon or because of the library, because the library was such a big deal for this neighborhood. But I mean, we had a line out the door the whole time, which could also be attributed to the library.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. So pretty busy. We sold out of everything.
Got it. Did Groupon do any training to advise you how to prepare for the big day?
They send you a video.
Okay.
But they tell you to bulk up on your staff in general, they don't tell you that it's specifically for the first weekend and the last weekend.
Okay.
Or the last week. Which may be because they're new too. I don't know. But they, I think part of their weakness is that they don't provide any infrastructure that a small business would never have in the first place.
Like what?
Particularly tracking.
Okay.
So you're supposed to buy one for yourself and then gift the rest, which almost nobody did. And here we don't have, there are 3 ways to do it, to check off customers by hand, with a scanner or with a computer where you enter the number.
Okay.
And we, at the time, had neither a computer nor a scanner. And so it would literally be me like paging through 900 names, and it's not alphabetical, it's numerical, to find the people and check them off. And so it's so time consuming, and you have this huge line that there comes a point where you just stop checking people off. And people totally exploit that. And they'll say that they didn't already use it. I mean, you can reprint as many as you want. So people are coming in multiple times, or you're only supposed to use one at a time because, you're only allowed one. And people would come in with 3 and they'd be like, well, stop me. So then you get in a fight with a potential customer.
Right.
Online. And so all of the options for business are pretty bad for business.
Now, how many of the people who came in with Groupons were existing customers versus new customers?
I don't think a ton, because I didn't advertise it. I didn't tell, because the following that we have is, they are our existing customers. So anyone on Facebook, any social media, I didn't want to be advertising to people that were already loyal customers.
Right.
So I didn't tell anybody that we were doing it. They had to just already be a Groupon fan. Some people did, but I don't know, maybe 10%. It's hard to know the numbers because we don't have any sort of tracking system. So
right.
we didn't have anything in a computer. We weren't checking people off because we didn't have this sort of infrastructure. So we have no data on anything.
And when people came in with their $13 Groupons for a business where the average ticket is $5, what do they do? Did they use up the entire $13? Did they spend more? Did they spend less?
They would usually be about, it's hard to get the $13, so we would try and get the $13. And it's hard because Groupon tells it that they will, something like 98% of people spend above the value of the Groupon, but you think maybe like $5 above the value, not like 10 cents.
Right.
And so that's what was happening. People were getting to the 13 and just not stopping. Because it's hard in space like this. Someone once came in and wanted to use all 3 at once. And I was like, what are you going to get for $39? I was like, do you want the whole shop? And they were really offended.
Did anybody ask if they could use it over time and split up their value?
No. They knew the rules, but they abused some of them, and that's probably why they wanted to use them all at once, was they knew they wouldn't. Most people took a trek here. This is definitely like a neighborhood shop that people don't come here from other parts of town just to get coffee and pastries. So I think that